MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace. Monday all over again. Today is what?
Yes.
The
Gosh, I don't even.
23rd.
You'd think I would check that before I lay down.
No, you know, you
Doing
get
good
caught
to
up
get
in the day-to-day thing, and you do lose track of what day of the month it is from time to time.
I know.
The 23rd probably means that you got a bunch of bills arriving in about 1 week to your doorstep.
Yeah.
Around that
about right.
first, they come whether you want them or not.
Yeah, I got some to pay today. It's always fun giving my money away. So, I do like electricity.
But it is hard to part with, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So have you noticed, and speaking of electric bills, have you noticed since it's the dead of summer that yours has climbed a little bit more, running air more?
Mine is higher in the winter always
Really?
than it is in the summer. Why? I don't know. I mean, it really is. Now, this past winter, we used the gas logs a good bit, so it was kind of about the same as what it is. But usually in the winter, oh my goodness, I remember I had a $500 electric bill in the wintertime one time. I thought I was going to fall out. I called the power company. I was like, are you sure this is right? Like, did I get somebody else's bill?
Do you remember when all those fees were going up when the power plant thing was going up? That was,
I think I did remember
this was
some.
4
Yeah.
or 5 years ago, something like that. And I was at work, and they were sitting there talking about their power bill going up. I was thinking, yeah, I got home, mine was like $700. I like to have fell out.
Well, I do remember everybody's that year
Yeah.
was high, and everybody was questioning it. I want to say it was like right after Christmas, and I don't know. A lot of times you'll call and you'll go like, "Is this right?" And they go, "Oh, we had Christmas and we had that cold snap."
Yeah.
It was like but I didn't run my Christmas lights that much. No, I don't look like the Griswolds or anything.
Fred G. Sanford moment when you get something like that. But that air conditioner sure is nice. And I warn you, today is not the day to be cheap. Go ahead, if you got an extra $5 and run your air conditioner
That's
today.
right. Yes, the humidity has been horrible. But yesterday, we were welcoming the rain that we got because it cooled everything off. We got out and washed the camper down while it was cool because we were dreading doing it because it had been so hot.
That's like a land yacht. Do y'all have the scrub brushes?
Yes. He has the one on the stick, and then he still had to get on the ladder and get up there, and I was on the top of it.
Boy, I'd love to have seen that.
Heights. Yeah. So.
Y'all got it all done, though.
Yeah, we did. It looks a lot better.
And the strange thing that you brought that up, yesterday we had like a 20 to 30% chance of showers, and it come rain. The day before, we had a 50% chance with thunderstorm possibilities. And as we all know now, things went very south for Nashville,
My goodness.
west of Nashville.
That's been horrible, horrible. And they're still looking for 20-something people, I think. Maybe.
Is it down to 20?
Well, it might be higher than that.
50
It was not.
Was the number I saw.
Oh, they're looking for 50?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, no. I didn't know that. I thought it was like 22 or 23 had been killed by the floods, and then they were still looking for 20-something. So maybe that's gone up then.
And I don't know if you've seen the picture, and I will not show the picture because you can look online. I've got it on our Facebook page that you can visit it. But Loretta Lynn's ranch manager, have you seen that?
Yeah, where he's holding on to a post or something.
Yeah. And how that happened was, and this is how quick this flash flooding, he was standing there talking with everyone, and he says, I'm going to check the animals. And he walks down, goes in the stall, and then the creek overflows, and he grips a post as it comes, and it washes the entire building away. Animals, him, everybody dies. And then the twins, did you see that?
I did see the picture of the babies, yes. That was awful.
The death toll right now is at 22, and presumably somewhere around 50 people still miss. I have never seen anything like that.
The aftermath of all of that, with all the cars just piled on top of each other in the homes and everybody's belongings and stuff just piled up. It was horrible. I mean, I literally thought it was a tornado.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Let me slide down here while we talk here, and let me see if I can find the pictures from the fire department that I shared. It blows you away of what it is. And it's down here somewhere. I'm close. I'm getting warmer to where I've got this posted. But it does, as Candace said, it does look like a, here we go.
Yeah, I thought, did a tornado hit too or what? But this is just, that's how high I guess the water's got to flip cars over. And this morning I heard reports that they have so many downed like power lines and stuff. They're trying to work on that. And Power lines are laying out in the interstate or somewhere over there. It's horrible.
This is west of Nashville. Is where this is. Hour or so. Look at that. I mean, that looks just like a tornado. Chunk these.
Yeah.
And as you get deep, look at the downtown area. I think this is Waverly, if I remember correctly. Waverly, Tennessee. As you look here, let's get over here to where it shows. Golly, look at that.
It's horrible.
As you get here, this is a bridge. See how high the water is? And it shows a view.
And, it'll start washing out the roads when it gets up that high.
And the fire department, look at that. And this is what it come up quickly. That's beds. That's a boat thrown in there. Look at the coolers there. There's a car in it also right there. And this is how quickly, and that's the fire department standing there, how quickly flash flooding can happen. Where if you live near a creek, always keep that in mind.
Yeah.
It really and you can't. Once you've settled, it's expensive, but it almost makes you want to go, let me reevaluate where I live and get to higher ground.
Yeah. We have a creek nearby where we live, but we're kind of up higher, from it, but still it's gotten out, and when it's been flash floods, it's gotten out and it'll look like a pond in our lower part of our backyard.
And as you point that out, they said there at Loretta Lynn's ranch, it had never flooded in the history since they have had that place. And that's how quickly all of that changed. So y'all pray for Tennessee. We don't know the devastation as of yet this morning. I'm sure today with daylight, more will come out of this as the floodwaters start to
Well, a lot of times the waters tend to rise, don't they?
Yeah, the runoff.
Okay.
Because this will be day 2, and it could last another day or so with the water still up. But
it's just horrible.
Oh heavens! Just devastating as to what we saw with that. And as we go to the East Coast there, New York got like 3 inches of rain in an hour. More is expected today from Harvey. Now, I also brought up, we want to watch the West Coast. At this point, it's no big deal. But there's a possible another hurricane forming out there toward Hawaii. Not anything to it. Marty is its name. Little Marty Stewart is what we'll call that one. It ain't doing anything right now. But we watched that. And also, let me find this and just show you this picture of what we're watching this week with storms. Let's see here. And for whatever reason, that is not wanting to work. Oh, that's not good at all. So just deal with that in a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that happens from time to time. Let me see if I can do this and fix something real quick. Sometimes by fixing something, I can close something out and make it work. I hate it when
I'm so glad you know how to do all this, Scotty Ray, because, I am not. I just told a friend of mine the other day, I'm not technologically inclined at all.
I sometimes have my issues there. So maybe we'll get it back to working here in a second. I can open that back up.
Yeah. You want to do some good mornings right
Yeah,
now?
okay. We need to say some.
Yeah. Let's see. We want to say good morning to Miss Gail Gafford, Lisa McLemore. Good morning to y'all. Denise Burnside, good morning. And Teresa Whitaker, good morning.
Let's see. And I wasn't looking. Where are we at over here?
Lola Couch.
Oh, yeah. And good morning to Orena Bonner. How are you today? LaWanda Grantham, along with Sandy Cruz. And she says, pray for our country. Boy, do we ever need to do that.
Yes, we do.
From the big city of Bailey, we got Lily Ann Glenn. How are you today? Glad you're with us.
Yes. Angela Dunnigan, she says, good morning from Carmichael, and may God bless y'all. And Angela Dunnigan also says, Miss Dixie Miller is watching. She's the little girl I saw the other day in town. So good morning, Dixie. We hope you have a wonderful day. And Steve and Wanda McKinnon, good morning.
Also, let's see. Linda Jane is up today, along with Brian Troy. Glad to have you here. Also, Gail Williams joins us. And Charlotte Gray is watching as well.
Michelle Marshall, good morning. Scotty Ray. And David, let's see. He had a little quote, I think, from a song or something. But he also says that he's been swimming in Loretta's Creek, and it's beautiful.
Never been there.
Yeah. Sarah Nace is watching this morning. Good morning. And along with Miss Joyce Godwin.
One day I might make it up there. I've always said I was going to do that. That's a big camping spot. Since you're into that.
When I saw the area that is her ranch, she has a huge ranch.
Yeah, Hurricane Mills is the name of that.
Okay.
So maybe one day we'll be able to go up there. All right, let me go back over here. All right, here we are. And also Elmer Talbert watching this morning, Teresa Spivey, and Donna White. Thank you for watching. We do appreciate that.
Cindy Skipper, good morning from Sugar Lock, Mississippi. And Mr. Bill Reinhardt, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's in DeKalb.
Yeah.
Good morning. And he says he's in Colorado today, though. He's watching, and he's going whitewater rafting this morning. That sounds like
you
fun.
braver than I am.
Sounds like fun.
I have never had that urge.
I haven't been whitewater rafting, but I have been like, what do you call it? I've been canoeing, but I've been in one of the little, what's the other things you called?
I don't know.
Anyway, I've done that, and I went over a rapid, but it's nothing like whitewater.
No, sir, not me.
Betsy Holly, good morning to you, but yeah.
You can't control that.
I know. I just don't know if I'd like that. I'd be the one in the back that, you know how it's bouncy and everything. They'd be looking for me, probably.
So
They'd
that
leave
brings to mind the next question. Years ago, did you enter the Chunky River Raft Race? Were you one of those?
No.
Were you ever a Bud girl?
No, I was not.
Okay, everybody.
No, I wasn't. No.
Good morning goes out to Kim Carmichael this morning from Terry and Kim Carmichael. Y'all have a great day, she said. Let's see. John Talbert is watching, and Denise Burnside. Is that what you were trying to think?
Kayaking. Why couldn't I think of that? I mean, I've been several times doing that, and I do like that.
Now, a kayak, if I am not mistaken, y'all, is one of those that you get in, but if it flips upside down, you can't get out of, right?
You're not strapped in it, so
but
I wasn't, and it wasn't one that you put your legs down in. This was you just sit on top of it.
But you know the type I'm talking about.
I do. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to get in one of those where my legs were like confined up underneath something. I wouldn't want that.
Sugarlock, Miss Cindy Skipper is watching from up that way. Thank you.
Let's see. I think I missed somebody. Did we? Oh, Donna White, Donna Huffmaster White. Good morning to you. I didn't want to miss anybody.
Let's throw this up. I wanted to bring this up about the weather today. And this is the heat index today and tomorrow. If you're watching, you're thinking that you want to go outside and do something. Today, we're sitting at 105. This yellow area is 105. This is this orange is what you'd call that?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
This is the 110 degree area. This is the 115 degree area. So we've got 3 stages across the state of Mississippi today and tomorrow. 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Just don't go out unless you just absolutely have to. The same thing as we look at Wednesday. Look how hot that's going to be.
Yeah.
And then let me
This is the heat index. Like it feels like it's 110.
Yeah. This is what we're watching here with hurricanes. Now, this is forming. This is only a 20% chance, and this is 5 days from now. Henry is way out here. He's going to come back out and swing out of here, and it should be dying down. But that's not a big chance, but that's 5 days out, and we'll watch that. And let's just throw this up there so you'll know what the temperature-wise is. We talked about heat. This is what is expected for the next 7 days. 94 today, 95. But again,
I like the 89, even though it's thunderstorms. We're supposed to go camping.
50% chance of rain there. So you can hold a little umbrella as you're cooking, and I think you'll be okay.
Hopefully so. If it was like yesterday, just kind of course, it kind of rained the rest of the evening.
It did, didn't it?
So,
but it was, as you mentioned, it was a nice drizzle. The temperature changed dramatically.
It did. I wish it would stay that way. I just hate the hot weather. So
coming up, we'll tell you about activities and things that went on in the Meridian area this weekend. Some were good, some were, not so good. We'll bring that up in a moment and talk about that in full discussion. Right now, let's head out to Collinsville, where it's always sun and shining, right inside the pig, and cool. And they even keep you warm during the winter there.
That's right.
It's cool today. Joe's got the air conditioners running. You can get those Georgia peaches for $1.99 a pound if you're just dying to have some. A lot of people love peaches.
They are great in homemade ice cream.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
They are so good, yes. So
Joe's got them this week. Blueberries, if you're wanting that. Tomatoes on the vine, $1.99 a pound. You can also get the cuties, $3.99, along with Heinz ketchup. If you need that, 2 for $4. That's handy to have an extra bottle at any given time.
It is.
Saturday mornings, do not run out of syrup. There's nothing worse than having pancake and opening the refrigerator, and there's that much, and there's 3 people staring at you.
It is. That's a bad thing. That could be dangerous.
It can be, because somebody wants it. $2.49
like ketchup
a bottle.
at our house.
Oh, I know.
Last night we were like, we were down to the last little bit in the bottle. We were like doing the thing, trying to get it down there. It was
And
like,
of course, as we were kids, it was bottles, and you had hit the bottle of anticipation.
the,
Who remembers
the glass
that?
bottles? Yeah.
Those days are gone.
Yes.
Hungry Jack, if you're going to be whooping some of these pancakes up this week too for $4, you can also get hamburger helper, sugar. How about some Chex Mix to gnaw on, $4 for $5. You can get Chips Ahoy that goes on with steaks. He's got great prices along with boneless pork loin. Yeah, how about some chuck roast? Joe has it all for you, and a great place to go dine and eat there in his deli. It's there in Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville. See him today. You'll be glad you visited.
I was returning from a visit with my family when my car was completely destroyed by a truck that ran a red light. I was unable to work, and I needed help.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home.
I'm Janet from Jackson, Mississippi, and it took one call, that was all. I called my Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz. He got me $377,250.
If you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. And I bring this up because there's a lot of confusion, and with this coming out has caused the state is pushing everybody to get their vaccine shot the best they can. Now, have you seen the letter that come out this weekend from Dr. Dobbs?
I did. I did see that. Mm-hmm.
It has caused even more confusion and made people even madder. I don't want to say it's conspiracy theory, but the people that want to take the vaccine, when you tell them if you don't go do it, you're going to go to jail.
Yeah. It
gets really bad really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes on to say here, if you pull up the letter, it goes in and says the failure or refusal to obey the lawful order of a health officer, and we don't know who a health officer is.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever really implemented one having to, to speak on behalf of something like this. So
is at a minimum a misdemeanor punishable by a fine of $500 or imprisonment for 6 months or both if a life-threatening disease is involved, which they would be considering COVID that. Failure or refusal to obey the lawful order of a health officer is a felony, punishable by a fine of $5,000 or imprisonment for up to 5 years or both. So,
and this was saying that, like, if somebody was infected with COVID-19
and you didn't
get a positive test, and you do not stay in your home in isolation for at least 10 days, if you're caught out, that's how they can fine you, right?
Right. Here's the letter that was sent out. Now, let me find this other that I wanted to point out on this also that came out pretty much immediately after that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Chris McDaniel, and let's just go ahead and pull this up what Chris said. This is Chris McDaniel, Senator. He says, if any agent of the state of Mississippi attempts to arrest or threatens to prosecute you because of a COVID-related order or incident, please contact my office immediately. Leave a message. So Chris McDaniel's going, not so much.
Yeah.
Of course, you
because
don't need to be.
Because has there been a state mandate saying that?
And here's the next thing.
I mean, it ought to be common sense to me.
To stay home if you're sick. If
you're sick with COVID, to quarantine for 10 days, 10 to 14 days, isn't that right?
Right.
Not to be leaving. So that, it's pretty much common sense. We all have dealt with it long enough that we should know that.
And then the next question that was thrown up was, everybody goes, when did Dr. Dobbs become the governor of the state of Mississippi and start giving these?
Yeah, because it's kind of conflicting,
It is.
From what the governor says over here. I know the governor would agree, stay home if you're sick.
Absolutely, everybody would.
But I know he doesn't have any mask mandates out.
Correct.
Right?
And then this guy says, we're going to lock you up. Yeah. And maybe it's a big misunderstanding with this letter coming out, and maybe it's going to be cleared up.
Right.
But that has been a hot topic in the state of Mississippi over the weekend. Huge of people going, you're going to arrest me? The last thing you do is threaten people.
That's right, especially in this kind of situation that we're in, because from all areas, it seems like everybody is being threatened with their rights, being taken away in some shape, form, or fashion,
right.
And so people don't like it's like jobs. People who may have been thinking about getting vaccinated anyway, still don't like it when you say, okay, you have to be vaccinated by this date or you don't have a job. They don't like being told that.
Being pushed into a corner. People don't.
Yeah.
Now, David just made a good point there, and he goes, for goodness sake, don't get caught making your own COVID medicine, which that has been another big hot topic this weekend of people using veterinary pills that you give to your cows or your horses. And I've heard two sides of the story. Well, it could be dangerous. And it may be. I am not a doctor. Then the other side of the fence say, well, it's the federal government that doesn't mandate that, and they're trying. I don't know the answer.
I know that.
Consult your physician by all means.
Yeah. I know that there is a animal form of the medicine, and there is a prescribed pill form of the medication that you can get from the doctor.
Correct.
So, talk to a doctor, tell him the situation, see if you can get it.
Also hear that maybe the animal version is a little bit more stronger?
It is. It's stronger than the human version. And so they don't want people trying to measure their own doses and all this stuff, and trying to, and get sick, because it can make you sick, I think, if you take too much of the animal version. I mean, I would think I'd be kind of nervous doing that anyway, but I guess people, if they're desperate to try to have something to help them, I mean, it just would. I've read up on this, and I know that I'm not a scientist and I'm not a doctor.
Nor am I.
And I'm not trying to tell anybody to go do anything.
Speaking of, we're going to have from Anderson's Hospital on Wednesday, Dr. John Anderson will be here to discuss all of this, and I hope you'll join us, because he'll be taking questions with us here.
But I'm not somebody to give advice. All I know is I have read up information on this drug, and it's called ivermectin. And I have read the information on it. It is a anti-parasitic, which is a worming medicine for animals. But it also, I've read that it does have the benefits. Now, whether it does or doesn't, I don't know. It's not a fact. But I have read that people have used it, and that they thought it had benefits of an antiviral and an anti-inflammatory.
Okay.
And they have used it some doctors have, that's a fact, with COVID patients. So who knows? I don't know if it helps or it doesn't help, but.
And we'll ask that
But everybody's kind of desperate for, anything that will help, because it's, and I've said this several times, I wish everybody could get on the same page. And if there's anything, I'm all for anything that can help somebody that's not going to hurt them. If it possibly could help and it's not going to really hurt them, that, if it's not that big of a risk, why not try it? Especially if you have no other options, but I don't know.
And here's a picture. We'll be joining him. He'll be here Wednesday morning at 8:00 and be with us to 8:30. And we'll ask these questions, because there are so many people that just don't know. And you hear so much, and we'll talk to the professionals that know more than us to find out, and bring some light to the subject. Cases are up across the state of Mississippi, without a doubt. It is happening. Florida Georgia Line has canceled their entire tour for the rest of the year due to COVID. Is that the right thing? I don't know.
There was another group. I'm trying to remember who that was, but I think there's been 2 or 3 groups.
Garth did it.
Yeah, Garth did it. Yeah, that's right. And then the Florida Georgia Line.
Another time, and I'm going to say this once, and I'll say it real fast, because I've never seen it happen before, but Donald Trump was booed over the weekend. And that don't happen often. And what Donald said was, hey, I suggest taking the vaccine at his rally in Cullman, Alabama. And he was booed for saying that. If Donald says take it, I think he's checked into it. I don't think he would ever lead anybody wrong on that. Did you see the pictures of the crowd over there?
I did. I actually watched some of the speech that he gave. But.
Was it good?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I like Donald Trump, but I don't know. I don't like the bragging.
Oh, that's Donald, though.
I know that is
That's
him.
the New Yorker.
I know, but I mean, I would rather hear what would you do different, and what are you going to do in the future, rather than, oh, I did this and I did that and I did this and I did that. We know what all was done. We just want to hear,
I just let
we
it
in
go
this bad situation now. What can you do to help?
But I let it go in one ear and out the other with him, because
I do like him.
He is the type person that just can't handle that. His has got to be bigger.
I know, but the situation that everybody's in, they need change, and they need another option to think that something's positive to come, and we don't want to hear about the past. We want we want some outlook for the future. So I don't know.
And which we'll get into this morning. What a mess the United States has on our hands. Did I understand Biden to say that basically anybody from Afghanistan is going to become a U.S. citizen? Did I understand that right?
I don't know. I kind of just can only take so much of him, which, you know, he really only gives so much information, then he's going off the stage.
Yeah, he's not going to take
You start
questions.
asking questions. I think they asked, maybe 3 questions, and then he started flipping through his book. You know, I knew when he closed the book, he was fixing to walk off. So.
All right. Have you heard this about, he did an interview, was it with George Stephanopoulos? That after it aired, the transcript of it was released, and then lo and behold, there was parts of it that were missing. And it was questions about, he couldn't remember which branch of the military his son was in. He stumbled, answered it wrong, about a car wreck. It was just several things in it that he bumbled, and they took out, and they're giving him a hard time about it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a sad situation that we have a president that is in that kind of state and that they're not really doing anything about it. I think they're, like I said before, I think they're allowing him to do this. I think they're allowing him to show everybody what kind of position he's in right now mentally.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to benefit them when they pull, you know, somebody out and put somebody else in. I might be wrong.
And
but
boy, talking about that other person, the Kamala, of course, again, the laugh thing. Afghanistan is not a laughing matter.
They say she does that because she's nervous. I don't know.
It's a cackle.
I mean,
But her rating points continue to plummet. And that is why in the beginning she was the first person out on that panel, if y'all remember, when she ran for president and she lost. She was the first one out, out of there. So rating points are going down. His rating points are going down over the handling of this. At one point, he said no one had gotten hurt.
Yeah.
And now the Taliban, which is the bad people, or, you know, he wanted to extend us getting out. And they said this morning,
Oh, yeah. They denied that. They denied the extension for the U.S. to get out. And it's a sad situation. I saw a guy who I mean, I'm sure was born in Afghanistan, but he has become a U.S. citizen and has a wife and children. And they had gone back to see about his father-in-law because he was sick. And they were having a hard time getting out. Well, they got out, but his mother and father are still there, and his in-laws are still there, and they're trying to get them out, and they're worried because they're going to be a target because they have passports to be able to come to the U.S. and they know that because he's been on the news, the guy that come back to the U.S., and somebody exposed him on Facebook as
that's not good.
So he thinks they're going to be a direct target when the deadline ends. And, you know, it's just sad situation because there's a lot of people in that, you know, we still have a lot of Americans and people who helped Americans over there. And, you know, I don't know if he's going to let just any Afghani. I don't know. How do you distinguish?
That's a good
if you
point.
don't have a passport or a U.S. citizenship, you know, if you don't have something in your hand saying, I mean, how do you distinguish? I mean, it's such chaos. How do you even have time to check that? And you're trying to meet a deadline. It's going to be hard.
You know, and the next thing that I totally don't understand here, and explain to me this, of the people that are trying to get to the airport to get out, what are they to do? I mean, are they going to fly in helicopters where they are to get them? I don't think you could do that.
Yeah.
Don't you need an airport to take off to get as many people as you can?
Yeah, you would think. But, you know, the bad thing, too, is when they do in this deadline, when the deadline, you know,
It's going to get ugly.
it's going to get ugly. And the bad thing is that they have weapons that we have
Right.
now. And,
Oh, I read a thing this weekend of it would scare you how many dollars have been squandered and just left on the ground that could have,
well,
if
they
this had
probably
been
have-
planned, taken out.
yeah, they have the Black Hawk, I think, helicopters. They have
Planes.
You know, planes. They have missiles. They have all this kind of stuff that the technology is our technology. I mean, it's our weapons. And so you're going to be fighting with the same weapons. It's not like, oh, we got better ones than you do.
Right.
No. So it's just going to be a mess.
So pay attention to the news. And again, the United States is on high alert for terrorist attack. Do not ever forget that. Large crowds, you don't know what these people want to do. They want to hurt us.
Right.
That is definite. So always just watch, and, you know, even in your hometown. It doesn't have to be them, but always pay attention. Now, as we shift our thoughts and talk of what went on over the weekend, there have been a lot of criminal activity over the weekend in our little town also. 4 people shot. On Friday night, early Saturday morning, we had 2 people that were shot in the back. Then on Saturday, we had 2 people that were shot in the legs. It was like the bad people were picking body
Right.
parts to shoot. I don't know.
Right.
But that did happen. We had where the little boy was killed, the 5-year-old boy.
Yes.
Another apartment was shot up. No one this time was hurt, but that apartment building was shot up again by. I'm assuming here that it was drive-by. We can't hide the facts of there's bad people in our community,
Right.
and we've got to take that. We support the police.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all think
100%.
and our new police chief. We wish her the absolute best, and she needs your help also.
Everybody needs to get behind the police, the sheriff's department,
Yes.
anybody in law enforcement that is trying to make a difference and trying to get these people off the street. Everybody needs to back them. If you have information that you need to give somebody to help them out, do that. If you have information that you think could any kind of information is what we're saying. And that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to put the information out there. Scotty Ray, he'll post stuff. He's trying to make the community aware of what's going on, because a lot of times you don't hear it.
No, you don't.
You don't hear it anywhere else. You'll hear, there was a crime committed. Nobody knows where it's at,
For years in our area, it was put off like, well, there's no such thing as a gang.
Yeah.
There are gangs in our community.
Yeah.
They're 100%. Now, let me tell you another story that unfolded yesterday afternoon. And I was very, and purposely, because I didn't have all the details. I knew something was going on, but I didn't have all of the details. There was gunfire yesterday afternoon. I listed it as just off of I-20. There was a gentleman that was walking through the parking lot, and I believe it was the parking lot of a business. Someone sees him acting strange, and they confront him. He pulls a gun and shoots. No one is hurt. He runs across the road, and this is where he was going behind some motels. And apparently, he runs into a business with the gun drawn into an establishment to eat. He was blocked at the door. The cops come. And this is what I'm reading that happened on my page of what people that were actually in the restaurant when it happened. Right. He somehow or another runs through the restaurant and out the back door, jumps in a car, and police did get him, from what I understand. No one was hurt in this entire incident, but this is how quickly something that doesn't sound so bad escalated into something. And the old term Johnny Law, I understand that the Meridian Police and maybe even the Sheriff's Department helped out with this, done an excellent job of securing it. Were quick to respond and took this bad guy down. But this is how quickly something that sounds not so bad is something bad.
Right. And a lot of people that have businesses are probably concerned, about it and stuff, about the crime. And to me, you should be. You should be concerned about the crime, because, it affects a lot of people. It affects the people who come into your business. It affects the people who own the businesses. It affects all of us. It really does.
Now, when I make a post, it's not to hurt anybody's business whatsoever. It's to inform the people something bad is happening and just be cautious. This happened on Saturday night. A young lady contacted me after she went to see Todd Tillman. And she goes, "Have you ever seen this before?" And I read it and I thought, no, let me pull this up and show you this picture. This is what was sent to me. "Thanks for parking like a moron. Brought to you by the Learn How to Park Better Association." And this was put on her windshield. After she sees it on her windshield, her tire has been cut. Now, she said, being honest, she said, my car was over the line because the car next to me didn't park correctly, so she had to adjust.
Because there was a concert,
Yeah.
right? And there was
Yeah.
a lot of people who had parked. And, as we all know, not everybody can park great. I'm probably one of them.
And here's her tire. This is the circle where a knife went through it right there. This is after. And she wanted to thank Officer Thatcher, who responded. They called the Meridian Police Department. He stayed with them the entire time until her tire was changed and put back on her vehicle. And this happened, and I bring all this up. If you work in that area and you've got security cameras, pull footage this morning and see if you can find it. Let me pull up this aerial view here. This is a map of the downtown area where she was parked. This is 4th Street right here. This is the Brick House Grill. This is MSU Riley Center, and right up here is the 3-foot building. This is where Dumont Plaza is right here. And then right here where this gated, where people park behind here for the
condominiums.
Yeah. She was parked on the street right here in this parking place. So if anybody knows of cameras in that area where they can pull that this morning and catch who done this, that needs to be done. Again, that's downtown Meridian is where that went on. This is the first time, and I asked around to several different places. I asked Community Watch, had they ever heard of this happening before, and they had not. But that did happen, and that's roughly $200 is what that's going to cost somebody now for a cut tire. They're not cheap.
People just, amaze me at how, just how inconsiderate they are.
Yeah, it's meanness.
Putting the note was rude.
Yeah.
But you could have stopped there.
Yeah, that would have got the point of, okay, I was over the line.
Yeah.
And everybody has parked bad at some time during their life. It's just you pull in quickly, you don't pay attention, you don't mean to. Be polite the best you can.
Yes.
But that's uncalled for. And hopefully they will be caught, whoever done this, and a police report has been turned in. So,
Right.
And again, thank you to our police for responding to that quickly. We thank y'all so much.
We do.
Let's see. I don't know why they're asking about who we voted for president.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It'll be okay. It doesn't matter who you voted for president.
Right.
We've got a situation on our hand. And so hopefully that will be straightened out before long.
Yes.
I don't know. Let me go back here. There was a lady, a model this morning that was attacked, and I don't have her name written down, over in London. She's a supermodel that was attacked at her home.
Oh, goodness.
She's been taken to a hospital. I think she's okay, but she was attacked. Let me see. I may have it right up here.
It is chaos all over the world.
It is. I was trying to. Katie Price. Anybody know her?
Katie Price.
And that's this is.
No,
and again, she's a supermodel. I'm not familiar with a lot of supermodels, but she was attacked at her home in Essex this morning. So we hope everything's going to be fine with her.
Okay.
Over the weekend, sad. We've lost two great musicians over the weekend. Don Everly passed away. He was 80. I think he was 84 years young. Hey, Bird Dog, Wake Up, Little Susie, all of those songs. He passed away. And also probably the greatest songwriter that country music ever had. Tom T. Hall passed away at age 85. One of his biggest hits, which became a movie, a household name, was Harper Valley PTA. Tom T. Hall wrote that. One of his Faster Horses, Younger Women, More Whiskey. Do y'all remember that one? Watermelon Wine.
Oh, yeah.
Great stuff. But Tom, that's How I Got to Memphis. Do you remember that song?
I don't remember that song.
Oh, boy, that was a big
If
one.
I heard it, I probably would recognize it. But
She'd get mad and she'd say. But what a great song there. But with condolences to Tom T. Hall's family there. His son made the announcement, and with heavy heart we pass that along. I hate to see that. One of my favorites there. Whew, Alan West, have y'all seen this? He's running for governor of Texas. His wife was arrested for a DUI over the weekend, who also happened to have her grandchild in the car.
that's not good.
No, now he says there's more to this than meets the eye. I don't know. But again, she was arrested for DUI. That has nothing to do with his candidacy, but concern for his family.
Right.
So keep them in your thoughts also as we look at this. Let me bring this up. This isn't local, but it makes you scratch your head and go, what is the world coming to? We have a sheriff in Wisconsin. And this is how bad guys get back out on the street. No one, in my opinion, pays for the bad things they've done. He no longer wants to call the people in jail inmates. That's what you are.
What do we want
an
to
inmate.
change it to now?
Resident.
Oh, a resident.
Yeah. I mean, why
So
not
they
do that?
chose to move there.
He thinks it's keeping their dignity. Well, they've done something wrong is why they're there.
Yeah.
And you give up that right when you break the law and hurt other people.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Am I thinking?
No. Yeah, I mean, I'm so tired of all this cancel culture.
Oh, my heavens.
I dare to call it crap, but that's what it is. I'm sorry.
That one shocked me. I read the story 3 times before I even added it to my little notes of, okay.
Right.
So that's out there. Let's see. Don't forget this. As your kids get ready to go to school, they're already there. And if you forgot this morning, for a 3-week period in our little neck of the woods, you've got to wear masks for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
there's
buy a couple extra.
There's a lot of people in an uproar about it. There's been a Facebook group started
I did
about
not know
it.
that.
Yeah, there has. It's parents of, I think the Lauderdale County students' parents have started a anti, like they don't want the kids to have to wear masks.
Okay.
Because I mean,
It's restricting.
It is a lot of controversy about the mask thing, and I understand it because it's probably going to be miserable for these kids to have the mask on all day, and it's not 100% effective. We do know that.
As our governor said, he thought it was about 1%. Now, he's not a doctor, nor am I, but that's what is out there.
I know the teachers, probably a lot of them probably feel the same way, but they're having to go by what the school board says.
Yeah.
So,
and Tate left it at that, as each school can make that decision. He was not going to put a statewide, but that's out there. That's going on. Now, my question is, and I don't know if anybody knows this, are the schools, if they show up and forgot theirs, do they provide one? Are there extra masks?
I would think they probably would, since they're having, they're making them wear them. I would think they probably would, because I did see a statement where, I guess it's the Lauderdale County superintendent maybe had said that if somebody showed up and didn't have a mask, they weren't going to be able to be allowed to be at the school. I don't know. So they're going to enforce it, I think, but it's not a lot of happy people about it, for sure.
No, it's not. So just keep that in mind for the kids. Put that with a lunchbox. It is a rule, and whether we like it or not, it is a rule. And we're law-abiding citizens, and we deal with it. And when we've got a complaint, you go to the board and go, look, I don't agree with this. We work it out like civilized people.
Yeah.
So, and that's what we're going to do there. Today, another big story. This is it. He's out of office. After today, he steps down. The governor, Cuomo, if I'm saying his name, am I saying that right? Cuomo? Or
Cuomo.
I can never say that man's name.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. He's out of the governor's mansion in New York, and the lady will take over tomorrow.
Okay.
Interesting there.
It's ironic that a lady is taking his place.
Yeah, that really does go ironic on that.
Yeah.
So,
karma. You ever heard of that word?
And she's never accused him of anything, has she? Like, they never met.
I don't think so. But, anyway.
We hadn't heard the last of this. And y'all watch this. Before long, there will be a movie that comes out about that, of some woman that was in this. There'll be a big movie about that.
Yeah.
At least I see it coming.
Yeah.
So as we turn our thoughts to our friend Chet's Paint and Body, if you've come up on a collision, somebody backed into you, well, maybe you bumped into a tree in the yard. Angie one time, and Chet fixed it for me, backed into a trailer in the yard. Whoops.
Yeah.
Chet fixed it
I've backed
for me.
into stuff before.
Yeah.
Hit mailboxes, or something. The blue garbage cans is the main thing.
They're
'Cause
just
people don't know how to
dangerous.
put them back out of the way.
So now it's somebody else's fault.
Yeah, it really is.
737-2961. No matter whose fault it is, Chet's there to make it look like it never happened. And that's what they do. Professional work that you're not going to find anywhere comparable to them. They're really good at what they do. From getting a fender bender here on your fender there that's just small, minute, maybe it's bigger. Somebody backed into the front of your car, you did it, whichever the case is, or the aluminum beds that have been damaged on these Ford trucks. They can fix those also. They ding really easy there. Maybe you rear-ended somebody. It turned out bad there. Here's the paint booth and what they do. This is one of the classics that he's painted. They just redone it there. Boy, that's a Camaro that looks great. See Chet. They'll walk you through this. They'll handle all of the paperwork that's in dealing with this, including your insurance work, helping you out, get a rental car. Whatever the case is, they'll do that for you. One place to remember when it comes to getting your car painted, that's Chet's Paint and Body.
Remember, one call, that's all. I'm Richard Schwartz, and I'm here to help you.
We learned this morning that the Reverend Jesse Jackson and his wife have been hospitalized from COVID.
Goodness.
They say that he and his wife are responding, so it could be much worse. And I think that Jesse also had been vaccinated. So it's not a horrible situation, but it ain't good no matter which way you are.
My stepdad is still in the hospital.
How long is this?
Friday was 3 weeks.
Whoa. So
Yes.
we're starting on our 4th week now.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
So,
our thoughts go out to your family as
you.
well on this.
yeah, he's still battling the being able to breathe. He's got the oxygen on still, so
And
having
it's
a hard
just
time
it's
still.
countless people just like your family. And that's a long time.
it is. It's a long time, and it's like he'll have a great day, or not a great. I'm not gonna say great because it's not a
Better
better
than some.
day. He'll have a better day, and then he'll have a bad day, and it's just a touch and go. Right now, it's just we're just praying about it and hoping that he gets better, and trying to, contact him every day and make sure he's doing okay.
I also want to say good morning to Betty Lou Jones. I hear you're recovering, and I hope it's good.
Yes.
I hadn't had a chance to talk to Betty Lou, but I do. I think everybody knows Betty Lou Jones in the Meridian area, and I wish you full steam ahead, girl. Hang in there. This happened on Friday as we go to Clark County Hot Topics. I wanted to bring this up. As we pull this up, emergency officials responded to the South Railroad Avenue equipment where a man fell off a building. And let me pull this up here and show you this as we go to Clark County Hot Topics. Here we are. The helicopter was brought in and right here fell off this building. They were doing some repairs. I don't know the condition of the gentleman, but y'all keep him in your. That's a long fall.
It is. It is.
So that's a mess. So y'all keep them in your thoughts. So I hate to see that one there. That's all that I know that's went on.
Scary, though.
Let's see here. You know the guy from CSI? Let me pull up his picture here. This guy here? Remember him?
Yeah.
Fox News is reporting this morning that he has been taken to the hospital off of the set because he was suffering from exhaustion. He was a pretty cool character off of CSI.
Yeah, he was.
And you'll have to forgive me because there were so many. How many of those CSI shows still exist?
You know, I don't know because I don't get to watch them very much at all. I used to watch them a good bit, but there used to be a lot of them, like a New Orleans version.
Yeah.
You know.
And then the
Miami.
NCIS. So I don't know what's left.
Yeah.
But it was a string of hits for somebody.
Yeah, it was.
But apparently, whichever one, Vegas, CSI Vegas is the one he's on. I didn't even know that was the name of that show.
I know.
But, you know, they sometimes get a little far-fetched on that of what they can get fingerprints from. Maybe that technology is out there, but it ain't here.
Right.
Because I had somebody say that somebody broke into their home and they couldn't get a print off of where they had touched. And that does happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a good print, and but I've seen them get
Because they'll dust them and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, they always have these off the wall
scenarios
ways to get information.
A handkerchief. You cannot get a fingerprint off a handkerchief. I'm sorry.
You might can, Scotty Ray. And maybe
They did
you
on
can.
there.
Maybe you can.
And they solved the crime.
You never know.
Never works quite like the movies, does it?
No, they ought to have me working on it.
This girl would never stop.
I wouldn't. I'd hunt you down.
I'm afraid of you.
You're crazy.
Who all knows? And I do not watch MSNBC because, well, their flavor is not on my same values. But, you know, I understand there's people that even come by and watch us that may think the way that they do. But Rachel Maddows, at one time, she had one of the biggest shows that they ever had on there. And let me find her picture here so you'll know who I'm talking about. This is the lady here.
I've seen her, yes.
She is saying that her job is too stressful now. And this is where me and you really got to figure out how we're going to make money.
Yeah.
But she's going to work one day a week and still make $7 million a year.
Really?
$7 million.
Well, I need to see what her concept of how to do that is.
Just doing
Because
better.
I would love to know.
I would too.
Well, first of all, I'd love to make $7 million a year doing anything. I mean, you know, working 7 days a week.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But I'm
one
sure
day.
now it does take several days to put together a show, but really it's one broadcast. It's not like she's on the air every night like what she used to do.
Yeah.
But she said she was too tired to continue. $7 million. Now, Sean Hannity makes probably 5 times that.
Yeah, probably.
I've seen the figure, but I can't remember. And I don't even know what Tucker makes now, but boy, Tucker is doing it. Then you got this new guy, Greg Gutfield,
Oh, yeah.
who's outdoing everybody in the nighttime.
Just cannot. That floors me. I mean, I watch him, but it floors me that he is like the top number one out of all of them.
Yeah.
I did that.
Where's Arsenio? Is he going to come back now?
No wonder he says what he wants to.
He
I mean, he
does?
just says what he wants to. He doesn't care, you know,
So
who he offends. So,
that's out there. So, you know, I guess I need to pay closer attention to nighttime talk shows and what goes on because was nowhere near.
well, I watch it, but I still, the content of the show does not. I
Interest
mean,
you?
it doesn't. Well, I mean, I don't think it's the number one.
You would classify that as a number one show, is what you're telling me.
The content didn't, you know, justify it being number one to me. I don't know though.
It's real similar to what that show The Five used to be, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they just it's
Round
like
robin?
I think it's like 6 of them maybe sit around, 6 or 7 of them.
Well, I mean, hang on.
all.
We can bring Chris Reed back and make Chris a part of the show, add
Yeah.
another people, and we all make $20 million a
Look,
year.
that's what we ought to do. We're gonna have a panel of people.
Rumor is he's unemployed.
No, I don't know.
Let's take a minute and talk about our friends at Snowden Company. And not every day do you do this, but when it comes time to buy a home or sell a home, they want to talk to you. They're expanding their business left and right. Some great folks there to help you find that dream home or sell the dream home that you had when it's time to move on to another chapter of your life. What they can do is, well, they've got some great pros at this that have been in the business in the Meridian area for years upon years. They have an extraordinary marketing strategy, skill negotiations, precision into detail to everything about your home that helps sell it. As you look at this, here's a home that's up for sale now. Isn't that gorgeous?
That is. That's pretty.
They take care of Lauderdale, Kemper, also Newton counties, Clark County. And as you go into this, they're also now serving the Brandon, Flowood, Madison, and Forest areas as expanded there. I can't talk some mornings, can I?
It's okay. It usually affects me. I can't talk.
But, there's a home waiting for you there. Visit snowdenrealestate.com or just simply call them at 601-453-3937. Let them walk you through and show you the many different styles. Now, they'll be there till 5 o'clock this afternoon. They open up the doors at 9. Saturday, they'll be closed for appointments only and closed on Sunday for good. A few folks here that has let them sell their home. Isn't that great? Yeah, it is.
Yes. It's always exciting to get a new home.
It is.
Or see people get new homes and stuff.
Makes you proud for people.
I know.
And that's what Amanda does. See any of her agents, again, by calling 601-453-3937. Certified real estate negotiating expert. They're really good at what they do. See them today.
Don't hesitate. Call me. I am Richard Schwartz, and I'm here to help you.
The next thing that you're going to do before the day is out, or at least before the week is out, is need, gasoline. And that's where our friends here come in. Maple's one-stop shop. They've got 4 locations scattered around town. And they're going to be adding to this, by the way. There'll be more coming. This is the Chevron station at North Hills. And I remind you, don't forget about the gas giveaway, the fuel card that's going on. Every time you purchase gas at one of their stores, write your name, telephone number on the back of your receipt and hand it to the attendant inside, and they draw for a $50 fuel card each week.
That's right. And that is a good thing. I mean, that'll help a lot of people out.
It would me.
It would me too.
As you have to have some coffee to get you going in the mornings, or no matter what time of day, or you need something cool. They got plenty of fountain drinks. People love fountain drinks galore.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, and if you need a bottle one so you won't spill it in your car, maybe you're like me, to where you're just prone to spill things and you got to have a top. They got those also. If you're looking for lunch, you can get a piece of pizza, a bag of chips, and a 20-ounce drink, all for only $4.99.
You cannot beat that, folks. I mean, you can't really go anywhere and get lunch for less than $10 most places, right?
That's correct. Bonita Chevron offers this, or the Pine Springs location. They've got that at 2 of those locations. See them. They've got bait shop if you're going fishing there at the country store. And also at all locations, you can get any of the lotto tickets, ice cream. Your 4 locations are the Bonita Chevron, the Pine Springs store, or you can drop by Last Chance Tobacco or the Broadmoor Chevron. See them today. Right. That's Maple's one-stop shop. They'll help you there. But today is flying. Can you believe this? 8 minutes before the top of the hour?
I know it. It's flown on by.
Let me see.
Time is just flying by, though, every day. I can't believe the month is just about gone. It's fixing to be September. My daughter will be 23 September the 1st. She reminded me this morning. Yes, she reminded me this morning. That's next week. My birthday's next week. I was like,
so that means make me a cake, Mama?
Yeah.
Do you still do that?
Sometimes I do. If I have time, I do. I used to do it all the time. I just like to do the cakes. But and my little one, he is going to be 7 on the 10th. So September 10th.
It is flying.
Yeah.
As we look to Texas, and these two, I guess you would call, are 2 young heroes. Bad things happen all around this world, but a father was shot on a Texas freeway as he was driving. And the kids, 8 and 6 years old, grabbed the steering wheel and got it off the road. And I think the father passed away from being a drive-by. And that was in Texas, not anywhere around here. But condolences to that family. That's not good at all. It is.
That's like in road rage with people. A lot of people tend to that have tempers that flare in traffic. I hate to say road rage because not everybody's considered having road rage, but if somebody cuts you off, sometimes you might go, "What are you doing?" People will shoot you over that. Some people will shoot you over like making a hand gesture to them. I mean, if somebody does something like that, or or even like blowing the horn. I mean, you don't ever know what's going to set somebody off. So.
And then there's that other type that jumps on the computer that has that same, I don't, you call that computer rage?
Yeah.
Is that what you call it?
Computer rage, like makes comments that's rude.
Shame.
But
and-
like I said, karma.
Yeah, it comes
It's
back
karma.
on you.
It does.
I remember as a kid, we went to visit some cousins out in California and got to see a whale. I'd SeaWorld. I've only been there once in my life. But we learned unexpected, a 6-year-old whale died at SeaWorld in San Diego over the weekend also. I don't know how that happens. I don't know much about the SeaWorld or sea life. But,
Yeah.
if you're a big fan of that did happen this weekend as we look at that. Let's see here. What else has happened here? They're saying that stock market, it could be plunging. If you've got stocks, start watching all of that. As I have seen gas go down a little bit. It was down to 242 this weekend.
Do you know building materials are starting to go down?
Finally?
Kurt said that he went to Lowe's the other day and something, a board that was $50 is now $15.
Oh, that must be the OSB board where we were
OSB.
building deer stands.
Yeah,
out of.
that was it. OSB
Down
is
to
going
15?
down to $15.
Okay, we can build deer stands again now. It was going to be a lot of
Yeah.
cold people come this winter.
I know. It's a good, and isn't it right in time?
It is.
It is.
You know, I remember back when those were $4.99 a sheet, but
Yeah.
I can stand 15.
Maybe it'll keep going on
But
down. Maybe it'll keep-
$50?
but still better than 50. Goodness.
Yeah, I really worry. And, y'all watch this. This is the next thing that is coming is going to be the plunge of car values.
Oh yeah.
Car values are skyrocketing. You've got 21 sitting by the thousands. The 22 models are starting to come out and they're waiting on computer chips. The prices of these used cars, once these are released, are going down. Y'all be careful.
Yeah.
I see things that there is no way it's worth that. I'm just going to have to do with that. I'm going to keep driving my 81 Chevrolet truck till prices go down.
The green machine.
Well, it sure is ugly. I mean, there is just no.
You got to give it a name.
It does need a name.
Have you named it?
Booger?
I
don't
think
know.
Frog.
Frog?
I think you need to call it Frog.
I'm going to take some more pictures of that truck. I'm telling you, it's
Hermit.
ugly. We'll do a little contest to name the truck.
We do need to do that. That would be cute.
We'll come up with that.
Get you a personalized tag for the front of it.
It is. It's antique. It's $15.
I like it. I like the body style of those trucks. So nothing wrong with it.
I was talking to Kenny up at Talbot Enterprises, and I think I need a torch and make it a short wheelbase would help.
Hulk.
Hulk.
You need to. That's the perfect name.
That ain't bad, is it?
Hulk.
But it's hard to name something Hulk when it's ugly.
I don't care. Look how long it's withstood the test of time.
It has. And I don't know who owned the truck originally, but I think it come from the Collinsville area. Somebody owned it out there.
I don't think it's ugly though.
It's got like 40,000 miles on it, and I put
40,000 miles.
43,000 miles on it
Oh
originally.
my gosh, that's great.
And so, in no rust, and I look like Grandpa running around in that truck.
Look, I would drive the truck. I want a truck. I want an old truck.
Well, that is definitely one
I don't care. It's got wheels and a gas pedal. You blessed.
that you got to pump 3 times before you. When's the last time you got in a truck that you had to pump the gas? Because she ain't
Yeah,
cranking.
I've not done that.
Don't turn that key. Take the accelerator, pump it 3 times, and then she'll run great.
I used to have a moped that I used to have to do that with this little button. You had to what do you call it?
Pump the gas.
Pump the thing, the little gas bulb on it before you, kind of like you do on a weed eater.
Oh,
or
your
anything.
choke is what you're
Yeah,
talking
well, I had
about.
to do that on my my moped when I was I don't know how old I was, probably 13, 12, I don't know. Young.
A quick note, the guy that was in so much trouble they accused of a lot of things that was never caught, Matt Gates, is that his name?
Yes.
Has married.
Oh,
the girl
okay.
that he was engaged to married him over the weekend. So maybe things are not as bad in his world as we thought they were.
Ginger Lucky. Lucky's her last name, or was her last name.
What a name.
I know.
Ginger Lucky. Boy, I bet she caught it in high school. You know how kids are. So that's in headlines today as we move on. Let's see, we got a couple of seconds here. Israel is going to be the first. Let me see here. Let me pull this up so we don't go over here. Israel is going to be the first nation to require everyone over the age of 3 to show proof of COVID vaccination, negative or positive, to enter a restaurant. So Israel, to eat, you're going to have to do that. Shocks me that Israel is the first nation to do that.
I saw a post the other day on Facebook. I know I've got to hurry, but said that, isn't it messed up when you have to require people to show a card, and there's no problem with getting people to show a card to go in and eat in a restaurant, but people want to gripe about you showing a card to vote.
Chris McDaniel said that, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know who
it was
said
a
it,
great
but
quote.
I shared it.
Yeah, Chris McDaniel originally started that.
Yeah, I mean, which is true.
Then have you seen the one of the guys sitting on the motorcycle with a mask on with no helmet on? Because what's wrong with this picture? He's in the open. Hello.
Yeah.
Again, thank y'all for coming by and spending part of your day with us. We can't do it without y'all.
That's right. We enjoy each and every day. We enjoy getting your messages, and we hope that everybody enjoys watching too. We have a lot of good viewers and a lot of people who give us uplifting comments, and then we have some that are not so uplifting.
Ugly, shame on you.
But that's okay.
Yeah. We'll be see you bright and early tomorrow morning. It all begins at 8 o'clock again.
Yes.
Thank y'all. We'll see you then.
Have a blessed day.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by